Time now for your expanded local news. Bill Harmon of Morrisonville, professor of agronomy at Lincoln Land Community College, recently received the Bill Johnson Excellence in Education Award at the Illinois Leadership Council for Agricultural Education ceremony in Atlanta, Illinois. This award recognizes individuals who have demonstrated exceptional leadership, advocacy, and commitment to advancing agricultural education across the state. Bill Harmon's dedication to agricultural education has transformed opportunities for our students and strengthened the program's impact across the region, said Brent Todd, Dean of Natural and Agricultural Sciences at LLCC. He continued with his leadership and vision exemplify the very best of our college's mission to prepare future leaders in agriculture. Harmon has taught agriculture at LLCC since 1997. LLCC Agriculture prepares students for careers in agriculture and or the university transfer through degrees and certificates in agriculture, agribusiness, precision agronomy or custom application, and horticulture and cultivation. More information is available at llcc.edu/agriculture. Christian County is updating its all hazards mitigation plan. It's a document designed to reduce damage from severe weather events like tornadoes, snow, and ice storms, and also strong thunderstorms. The update will be funded through a grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Christian County Emergency Management Agency Director Jeff Stoner says the plan outlines both natural and man-made disasters that have impacted the county and identifies projects that can help protect residents, property, and critical infrastructure. Stoner adds that keeping the plan up to date allows for the county and participating communities to remain eligible for federal mitigation funding. The Hazard Mitigation Planning Committee will hold its first meeting on Tuesday, January 13th at 2 p.m. The meeting will take place at the Taylorville Fire Station Training Room at 202 North Main Street and is open to the public. The committee includes representatives from county and municipal governments, schools, fire protection districts, healthcare providers, and other stakeholders. Additional meetings will be held throughout the next year to gather input and discuss information used to update this plan. Stoner notes that this mitigation plan differs from the county's emergency response plan, as it focuses on preventing or reducing damage before the disaster actually happens. Social Security beneficiaries will see a 2.8% increase in benefits entering 2026. In terms of dollar amounts, it's expected to produce an average increase of $56 per person per month. These changes are based on the federally determined cost of living adjustment, or COLA, and what the changes mean for each individual depends on their previous earnings and many other factors. Jack Myers is a public affairs specialist with the Social Security Administration. He says beneficiaries will see the changes before the end of this year.
So, basically, Grayson, that's going to be, roughly 71 million Social Security beneficiaries seeing that increase, nearly 7.5 million SSI recipients seeing that increase. And it's going to be effective with the payments that will be received in January for Social Security. So that's going to be January 3rd or the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday of January. And then for the SSI payment, that's going to be the December 31st payment. So, the way that works is that the Social Security payments are paid the month after they're due. So the COLA is basically effective with the 12/25 Social Security payment that will be delivered in January. And then SSI payments are paid on the 1st of the month. But because January 1st is a holiday, that SSI payment for January will be paid on December 31st. And so that's when people are going to see that increase.
The exact amount of the increase depends on previous payments, which in turn are affected by historical earnings.
And that's kind of a nice little amount to think about, because what people often, and we can circle back in a moment, Grayson, to how this is all calculated, because I think that's an interesting conversation as well. But since we're talking averages, I think this is probably a good time to loop in Medicare Part B, because a lot of times what happens is when the Social Security cost of living adjustment is announced, shortly thereafter, Medicare also talks about or announces what the Part B premium is going to be for the new year. And while those are two separate issues, they often are associated in people's minds, and rightfully so, because if you're collecting a Social Security payment, your Medicare Part B premium gets deducted from your monthly Social Security payment.
And as for how the federal government determines the cost of living adjustment, it is a measure of inflation. Numbers from the current year are compared with those from the previous year.
As the cost of living rises or increases, so does the Social Security benefit. And the way that this is calculated is, it's automatically tied to a specific measure of inflation called the Consumer Price Index for Urban and Clerical Wage Earners, known more commonly by the abbreviation CPIW. So basically, that CPIW is a measurement of inflation, and there's a value that's put out by the Bureau of Labor Statistics every single month. Okay, so there's a CPIW computed for every single month of the year. The Social Security COLA is tied directly to the third quarter average CPIW. So to come up with this 2.8% increase, the way that worked is the average CPIW from the third quarter of 2024 was compared to the average CPIW for the third quarter of 2025.
And when it comes to how the benefits are earned, the Social Security Administration uses a system of credits based on the money a person makes each year, with a max amount of credits earned in a year at 4.
So just a couple other figures that are changing. When a person is trying to build eligibility for Social Security benefits, they do so by working and paying into the system. So the real way we count that up is through what we call credits, okay? So you have to earn a certain amount of money to get 1 credit. You can get up to 4 credits per year, and you need 40 credits for a retirement benefit. So in 2026, the amount of income required to earn 1 credit will increase from $1,810 to $1,890, and that's going to be gross wages or net earnings from self-employment if you work for yourself. So just to kind of keep that in mind, 1890 is that new threshold for 2026 to get you those credits that you need. And then the other thing I want to mention is that SSI benefits are going from $967 for the max in 2025 up to $994 in 2026, and that is, of course, that 2.8% increase.
More information on Social Security is available at ssa.gov. Jack Myers appeared as a guest on the WTIM morning show. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by TCCU.
Looking to save more and stress less? This is Will Perkins. At Taylorville Community Credit Union, we're here to help you build a stronger financial future with great loan and deposit rates, convenient locations, and service from people you know and trust. We're member-owned, member-focused, and proud to serve anyone who lives or works in Christian, Montgomery, or Shelby counties. Discover the credit union difference. TCCU is your partner in financial success. Member NCUA.
As homes remain decorated and temperatures drop, the American Red Cross is reminding families that holiday decorations, candles, and heating equipment can increase the risk of home fires. December is the peak month for candle fires in the U.S., averaging about 20 home fires a day, while heating equipment remains one of the leading causes of fire-related deaths. The Red Cross recommends keeping anything that can burn at least 3 feet away from space heaters and never leaving them unattended. Candles should be placed out of reach of children and pets and never left burning when no one is in the room. Space heaters should be used only on hard, non-flammable surfaces and turned off before leaving the room or going to sleep. Officials also stress the importance of working smoke alarms. Smoke detectors should be installed near kitchens on every level of the home and near sleeping areas. Alarms should be tested monthly with batteries replaced at least once a year. In the past week alone, American Red Cross volunteers responded to 8 home fires across central and southern Illinois, assisting 17 people with emergency supplies and support services. More holiday fire safety tips, along with a free emergency preparedness app, are available at redcross.org/fire. Schools in Pana are working towards improving a variety of components for their operations. Literacy has been a key focus this year, with administrators taking a close look at the curriculum and instruction methods. They have also been visiting classrooms to witness lessons and hands-on activities, both literacy related and otherwise. Superintendent Jessica Miller has taken the lead in looking for ways to improve literacy outcomes within the school district. She and other administrators have spent the first semester evaluating where they are at now before deciding how they plan to proceed.
So we are developing vision and mission statements to help guide our work, and so that we can see what our end goal needs to be and how we're going to get there. This first semester, we spent quite a bit of time evaluating our current instructional practices. We looked for strengths in our MAP and IAR data, and also shared instructional strategies with each other that we feel have helped students become better readers. But this is across the district. So this next semester, we're going to take some time to identify essential outcomes in each subject area that align with ISB's pillars of literacy. And so we're really going to take just a step back and say, what do we really want students to know before they leave our classrooms, before they go to the next level? And that'll help us align our curriculum. But I want to give credit to Paul Donahue, our curriculum director, and Lisa Mayhall, our junior high principal, for leading this work along with our literacy committee.
And as part of her efforts, Miller has been visiting classrooms to see for herself how classes are going. She consults students directly to discover what they are taking in.
Well, I went around the district and visited classrooms across the grade levels. So what I try to do is, it's really not planned. So just to pop in and see what's going on, and my building principals take me around. So some of the things that I saw this semester were like debates, and one of the debates I was part of was during the social studies class at the junior high. Math games, STEM activities, lots of student engagement. One of the discussions I was listening in on at the high school was near the time of the government shutdown and just some of the effects it would have on the local economy. I like to go into the classrooms though and just ask the students specifically, what are you learning about today? What are you doing right now? Explain this activity to me. So it helps me get to know the kids, get to know what's going on in the classroom. Of course, just being a part of it, right? So knowing what's going on from the day to day.
And students will return from the winter break on Tuesday, January 6th. The previous day will serve as a professional development day. The days are planned based on the needs which faculty and staff communicate.
So we worked with NPT, our special ed cooperative, and the Nokomis School District to present You're Going to Love This Kid. It's by Paula Cluth. It will be at Pana High School, and Paula will be our keynote speaker. Following that, staff will have the opportunity to participate in different breakout sessions, all relating to ADHD, autism, and other topics relating to work with special education students. So looking forward to this professional development day to meet the needs of our staff.
Interesting. So you mentioned the staff are the ones that actually give you the input, and then you try to find something that fits whatever you've been kind of given.
Right. It's more meaningful that way, right? So
Sure.
listen to what they need and what they want in order to be, the best that they can be. And so we did some research on this, and we put our heads together and put together a full day of this training. And it's a credit to Paul Donahue, our curriculum director, and Kelly Suey, MPT cooperative. They put this together.
And outside of the classroom, but within the buildings, Pana Schools honored Anita Bowie, who retired after 37 years as a cook. This ceremony took place as part of the holiday events at the school and shortly after her last shift.
Well, first, I'd say it says a lot about her and her commitment and dedication to the school district and to her position. But it also says a lot about our school district, where someone would want to, be a part of it for that many years. And so a lot of positivity coming from this, recognizing her lengthy career, but also her commitment to that position and her outstanding work as well. She actually had her last day of work last week, so she is done. So that's why they had the little gathering last week at the high school to celebrate her. Well, the buildings are really good about recognizing accomplishments by staff and students. Mm-hmm. And so another thing that is done across the district is, like the high school, for example, recognizes a staff member of the month. And so the most recent one, besides Anita and her retirement, was Mr. Tony Hicks. And he's our junior high and high school band teacher, but just recognizing the efforts that he has put into increasing the interest in our band programs within the district. Just another example of just the building school culture.
More information on Pana CUSD number 8 is available at panaschools.com. Jessica Miller appeared as a guest on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. An Illinois farmer has again participated in the National Corn Growers Association Yield Contest this year. Using a DeKalb brand, Troy Uphoff scored a top 3 finish in the non-irrigated category with 348 bushels. With that type of yield, he was asked about demand. Uphoff Farms in Shelby County. This will conclude the second portion of your expanded local news.
Life happens, and CNB Insurance Services is here to help protect what matters most. From your home and car to your farm and business, our local team works with top providers to find the coverage that fits your life. No pressure, just honest guidance from people you know and trust. CNB Bank and Trust, helping to open doors since 1854.
Insurance products are not insured by FDIC or any federal government agency. Are not a deposit of or guaranteed by the bank or any bank affiliate and may lose value. Any insurance required as a condition of the extension of credit by CNB Bank and Trust and may not be purchased from our agency, but may, without the approval of the application for an extension of credit, be purchased from an agent or insurance company of the customer's choice.
Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks. When you lose a loved one, your choice for making final arrangements should be with the compassionate family at Sutton Memorial Homes. They know the death of a loved one is difficult. Austin and Evan at Sutton's and the entire staff have devoted themselves to loving and caring for those in their community in their time of need. You can trust Sutton Memorial Homes to assist your family in making final arrangements that will be a tribute to your loved one. Sutton Memorial Homes, caring is what they do best.
73-year-old Charlene Lou Ray of Morrisonville died on December 21st. Visitation is December 30th from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Funeral service will be December 30th at 4 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Interment will be at a later date. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 98-year-old Bertha Rose Orlandi Fesser of Kincaid died on December 18th. Visitation is December 27th from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Midland United Methodist Church in Kincaid. Funeral service will be December 27th at 11 a.m. at Midland United Methodist Church in Kincaid. Burial will be at Linwood Cemetery in Pana. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. 88-year-old Biagio Fresina of Pana died on December 18th. Visitation is December 29th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Funeral service will be December 29th at 1 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. And burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. And 85-year-old Elizabeth Ann Rodden of Nokomis died on December 18th. Visitation is December 27th from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Steele Dawson Funeral Home in Nokomis. Funeral service will be December 27th at 11 a.m. at Steele Dawson Funeral Home in Nokomis. Burial will be at Calvary Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Steele Dawson Funeral Home in Nokomis. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or hear them every hour on WTIM. WTIM is your only local news radio.